What's up, everyone? Welcome to the Great Nimbus Debates podcast. It's your host, SquallRush, gaming addict, anime nerd, Dragon Ball Z fanatic, all that good stuff. Emphasis on Dragon Ball Z fanatics, cause it's the Great Nimbus Debates podcast today. So, let's get into it. Welcome back, everyone. Oh, snap. Hold up. Let me switch this to earbuds real quick. Output. Where are you, Tozo? There you are. That's the earbud brand. All right. Yeah, I had the speakers down way low for some reason. Maybe because of the music I was playing. But yeah, now we can do the intros. So as I said before, I am SquallRush. Uh, do a lot of gaming on my streams. Do the podcast Senzu Talks on Wednesdays, which Seven Ninja here is a part of. A lot of gaming, streaming that the both of us do. I got a Linktree slash SquallRush. You know, I got a bunch of different platforms. We'd be here all day if I had to list them all. Uh, no real announcements. I did another custom battle on Dragon Ball Sparking Zero, and I posted the video on it on Rumble and YouTube, so check those out. I will be making a short about it soon. And a new DBZ sessions video is going to be posted in the next couple days. So be on the lookout for that, peeps. Other than that, no real other announcements. Oh yeah, I got the Buy Me a Coffee account, so check that out if you would like to support your boy with no added account, or you don't need to create an account, nothing, just straight up donations. So yeah, but no pressure if you guys don't want to. Understandable. And take it away, Seven Ninja.
Okay, before I start, I didn't hear myself on this stream, so can you hear me?
Wait for it, and then you'll probably hear yourself again. I think you're showing up.
Okay. Oh, I hear it. We're good.
Okay,
so,
cool.
guys, they saved the best for last. So, I'm a ninja connoisseur. I love all things anime. I just don't watch yaoi or yuri. If it has yaoi or yuri elements, that's not the biggest deal, but I don't like it being just what that is. I watch a lot of anime in the sense that I'm going to be doing a lot of anime reviews. So if you want to catch random anime reviews, consider checking out my channel at 7 to 7 on Rumble. You can find me at Game Joel and MeWe, but it'll lead you right back to my Rumble channel. So if you just want to find me pretty easily, do that. Besides all of that, consider joining my Discord on my channel. Check it out down there, and that way you can keep up with me when I'm not streaming, not on the podcast, or not doing a video. Regardless, let's get to it.
Yeah, and I highly recommend checking out his content on Rumble. I've been watching some of his anime episodes reviews, and they're pretty good. So yeah, check them out, peeps. Yeah, all right. Now that the intros are out of the way, we can start the first segment.
You checked out Dan yet? Gotcha. I think it's got 4 episodes now.
Alright, welcome back, peeps. Let's see. I need to check out my playlist real quick. See what topics have we not touched yet. Alright. I got one.
Okay.
Could
All right.
have... Let's do a little bit of world building here a little bit. Let's go back to Majin Buu Saga. Majin Vegeta just wasted his life for absolutely nothing against Majin Buu. And who's left over? Goku and the kids, right? Goku sends Trunks for whatever reason to go get the Dragon Radar and to stall for time. Like, I don't know why he didn't just use instant transmission to get the Dragon Radar, but to stall for time, he goes and fights Buu himself. And this is where he unleashes Super Saiyan 3 for the first time. But once he sees that Trunks got the Dragon Radar, he dips before finishing the fight. So, let's discuss this. Could he have won the fight if they continued?
It seems to me like the reason it got pushed out so far is that he probably thought he could. Especially, I think at that point, he's probably a little bit better at Super Saiyan 3. Remind me, does he have the Halo or not?
Yes, he does have the Halo.
Okay, so he still has the stamina. I really don't know why I didn't finish it there. But, wait. Remind me, we're not talking about Kid Buu, right? We're talking about Big Fat Buu, right?
Yeah, Fat Buu.
Okay. So why does he not finish him off? Probably the biggest thing is
not
really...
wise. It's could he have, if they kept the fight going, could he have finished him?
I think he could have probably taken that one out. I actually think he could have done that. And the only reason I say that is that like he could probably get him early if he takes it seriously. He could probably take him out. The problem is that Goku's gonna want to try to feel him out and see how strong he is. And so that would be his downfall. But if he was taking it seriously, world ending threat, I gotta do this. Yeah, I think so. He spirit bombed Kid Buu. It wouldn't be that hard to believe he could do that to regular Buu.
Okay. What about, let's see, because there was Piccolo asked Goku after, I don't know if there was in the anime, but in the manga, Piccolo asked Goku, like, could you have defeated Fat Buu if you kept on going? And then he says, I don't know, maybe, but he gives this iffy answer of, I don't know, maybe. But it's now time for the future generation to be able to protect the world. And then, so later, when it was right before Goku and Vegeta's final fight with Kid Buu, Goku actually announces to Vegeta, you know, back then when I fought Fat Buu, I could have won. And then, but then later during that fight with Kid Buu, he runs out of energy. So his thoughts of him being able to defeat, and he runs out of energy in Super Saiyan 3 because he says, oh shit, like in a living body, it's way harder to maintain a Super Saiyan 3 form. So his thoughts of him being able to defeat Fat Buu was when he was dead, versus like if he was alive, it's he can't sustain the Super Saiyan 3 form. So
yeah,
I guess I'm saying we'll shift it to like, what if Goku was alive? Do you think he could have been able to defeat Fat Buu?
So I'm gonna take a step in the future with Resurrection F with Frieza, and how Frieza, he was gassed up. He had the super golden power, but like Goku said, I think Vegeta said as well, yet you haven't got your efficiency up. And so what we're seeing here is maybe in the dead body he doesn't have to worry about efficiency, or he's gotten the efficiency experience, but right now he doesn't have that while he's alive. And so I think that what happened to Frieza was happening to him there. So would he have won that? Again, if he took it seriously and killed him on the spot like he did Frieza when Vegeta was going to kill him that time. If he took it seriously, it's possible. But knowing who Goku is, no, I don't think so.
Alright, so Spirit Bomb, you mentioned the Spirit Bomb, which, yes, in theory that could work if he had Hercule there to convince the whole world to give Goku his energy for a final resort, or just to end him right then and there from the get-go. But if he doesn't have Hercule, it's just straight up him in Super Saiyan 3. Do you think he can take on Fat Boo and win?
Can we talk about this first? As far as I remember, there was no microphones, there was no cameras or anything on Boo. How did Hercule convince the world to give Goku his energy? How'd that even happen? Did I missing something?
I can't remember. I think it was like one of the Kais, maybe like North Kai or Supreme Kai or Dende. They broadcasted like Vegeta, Hercule, and Goku's voice to Earth, I believe.
So you're talking about like what King Kai did to Gohan.
Yes.
Okay, so I'll say this. Could he have done it then with no spirit bomb of the planet? He might have just sent him into the sun. I think that's what would have happened. Instead of spirit bombing him, just straight pushing him into the sun. Because necessarily, we don't know how strong the sun is in like Dragon Ball world. So it could be like way hotter than even our planet. And so shoot him into the sun. He's burning him on one side. He's got a beam going at him on the other side. I could see it happening, fully enveloping him. That being said, Boo's kind of got some like cartoonish shenanigans, so it's possible he could throw like a little goop to the side and he's still alive because of that goop. I don't know.
I think like his body is stretchy. Like if he gets punched in the gut and Goku tries to push, like yank him all the way to the sun, he can possibly just stretch out his back and like and then throw him back out like rubber.
And then there's who's to say, like, because then there's this other idea of like, you know, he could have got caught by that absorbing technique. Like it's not hard to believe that he might try that. So you know, here's the thing though. We talked about Hercule being there for the spirit bomb. Maybe there's some way you could persuade Boo to like chill out. There's also that idea, because over time that happened. So who's to say it couldn't happen? Like Goku's like, hey, look, I think you're not really evil. You're just some dough ball that likes to play around. Maybe we could play or something. Think of his mindset. His mindset's not he can fight. He loves to fight, but he's not that kind of fighter. He's not like a Vegeta coming down to Earth. He's kind of got a playful mindset. So I could see Goku realizing that, because remember, he wants to turn Boo good when he wishes for a oob, basically. It's not hard to believe that Goku could potentially persuade Boo to chill out.
So you're saying basically, are you saying he's gonna persuade Boo to chill out, like how he convinced him to turn on Babidi?
There's that, but more like how Naruto talked no jutsus his way out of a lot of fights.
Oh, okay. I thought maybe you were talking maybe when he like how Vegeta was like basically gaslights his opponents into like not dodging his final flash or his final fail.
I mean, here's the thing. That would work on someone with a stronger mindset. Boo is like a kid, so enraging him is not a smart idea. That's why Hercule plays up to him all the time. And because of that, I don't think Goku would take the route of enraging him or taunting him in any shape or form. I think Goku's smart enough, especially we're talking about Z Goku and not Super Goku. Yeah. I feel certain smart enough to be like, hey, you know what? I can't be taunting this dude. Shoot. Well, that's what I think.
I can see
that.
Now,
this is Vegeta. Vegeta would be taunting him all day.
Well, Vegeta was smart, but as the later ones went by, he kind of his battle smartness kind of was thrown out the window. It's like I remember in the Namek saga, he was all about like when they fought the Ginyu Force, for instance, and Raccoon was about to finish Vegeta off. uh, Krillin smacked Raccoon on the head while Gohan saved Vegeta. And Vegeta was pissed at Gohan, like, why the hell did you save me? You guys both had an opportunity to take him out and you didn't. And so like in that sense he was like kind of smart. But like now he's just like, Cell, go get your perfect form. Like he'd be doing some brain dead shit nowadays.
Still don't understand that move. Cause it's like, I guess the difference is that this isn't someone who ruled him over for like years, and so he's in fear of Frieza, but now he thinks he's the best because he's got Super Saiyan. So that's probably what happened there. I still don't know why he chose to do something that stupid. But then again, you know, he's been around Goku long enough. To some degree, maybe that desire to fight rubbed off on him.
A lot of people like to, like, online I've been arguing with, say, oh, he's got Saiyan pride now, which in my mind is like how did it change to he has Saiyan pride now? Like, because like back to the Namek saga, after Goku defeated Raccoon and Birder, I don't think they showed it in the anime, but in the manga, or like in DBZ Kai and Adult Swim, they showed the part where, like, when they're down for the count, Vegeta goes and kills them. Like, he flies straight down, knees the back of their neck, snapping their neck, killing them, and then like to the other one, he just blasts them in a million pieces. So he like actually kills these guys. Like, where's the Saiyan pride there? And it wasn't until like Android Cell Saga, like Trunks lets them know, like, hey, Dr. Gero's cooking up some crazy androids, and then like their response is, oh, I will go test out their fight. Let me go see this. Like, now all of a sudden it's there, when just the saga prior he had none of this Saiyan pride, you know?
Yeah. The only thing that comes to my mind is the idea that it's the fact that he gained Super Saiyan. So now he's thinking, oh, I got it in the bag. But then, like, 18 washes him. Like, straight up dogs him. Arm is gone. Getting that Vegeta.
Yeah, that arm's been permanently injured in every saga since then. He's always holding that thing. Every time he loses a fight.
Every time. So, I mean, I don't know if I want to say it's anything other than that, because the Vegeta before that, he's like, look, I gotta kill these guys. It's not a question. Look, these guys are gonna let him live. I can't have that. Now, we're talking about Piccolo. Movie Piccolo, that's a whole different story. We're talking about Z Fighters group Piccolo. He would probably let him live as well. So if I'm gonna be honest, I think Super Saiyan caused him to think like that because, number one, he's probably also thinking like, you know, Goku let me go, so maybe it's some kind of that happened to him. It's playing in his mind a little bit. But I mean, that we're still talking about Saiyan Saga Vegeta going over to Cell Saga. That wasn't a lot of time. I don't know. I think it's got something to do with Super Saiyan and that ego boost that comes from it.
Yeah, I can definitely see like your point in Goku's rubbing off on Vegeta.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, because I did see Totally Not Mark on YouTube. He does like a whole saga review, and like his reviews are like over an hour long, like a whole like review on like the story basically, and he kind of like points out some really cool like perspectives that I don't really notice, like when it comes to Vegeta up until like the Saiyan saga. It's just like, okay, he's this powerful guy, kind of an asshole, like then when Future Trunks is introduced and they bring in his perspective, like Vegeta's always alone, blah blah blah, like he's always training by himself, he just stays on his own. Like Trunks brings this new perspective of Vegeta of seems kind of lonely. So now we got this new perspective, oh, he's a lonely guy now, not he's this powerful, arrogant, like jerk who just happens to be on our side for the moment, you know. So it's pretty interesting to bring in Lone Wolf into Vegeta's character.
What all comes back to the idea that he's like the last surviving Saiyan of a dying race. Like literally, he's the only one who remembers back then. Nappa's gone, Raditz is gone, and his brother is still alive, but we don't know where he is at that time. Um, he's literally the last one, and so in a form of way, he's also the prince. You know, the idea like if I'm the prince, you know, I kind of want to try to bring my country back, but I kind of can't. And then we're also looking at this other idea of the Saiyan mindset, like he's transferred over a little bit. He's not just destroying the planet. He's also got no allies here. He has allies in the sense of the Z fighters, but they don't really trust him like that. Let's be real here. I think Vegeta's very aware of his position. And I think that what's happening here is Vegeta's like, well, look, I could train with Kakarot, but I kind of don't want to train with him because he's going to be training with them, and I don't want to get too mingly with them. And even then, I don't even really know him like that. We're not buds or anything. And I think when Goku's like goading him, like, "Hey, you need to get a little bit stronger because I know I'm better than you," when he comes out of the hyperbolic time chamber, I think he's like, this is Goku's way of trying to bring Vegeta into the fold, but Vegeta's still kind of resisting it. I also think that he does believe Trunks is his son, but I think the reason he probably hasn't really accepting that altogether is because necessarily his father probably did him the exact same way. Yeah, boosting his idea of, oh, you're a prince, but the way I look at it, especially because like a son's gonna learn from his father. His father probably did him the exact same way, and so this is what he's thinking. Okay, I'll lead by example. I'll show him like what it means to be a Saiyan. I'll show him what training on your own looks like. I'll do everything that I think can show him what to be, because this is what I am. This is all I know. And he's still in the mindset of I'm transferring over to being a Saiyan Earthling. I'm still kind of somewhere in the middle. That's what I think's going on there.
Yeah, very good points. Very good points. Got a little off tangent there, but it's all good. It's called. We can keep it going. Let's see. I do think. Let's shift it again. Let's see. Charm City says could go either way. It feels like circumstances would dictate that one because of the time limit. Meaning most likely, yeah, with some plot armor sprinkled in. He's referring to could SS3 Goku defeat Fat Fool. It is Goku at the end of the day. If he has to win, he will. That is true.
Yeah. And thanks for coming by, Charm City. Appreciate you.
Yeah, for real. Yeah, so let's bring in that time limit factor into the whole fight, because it wasn't just like a time limit. There was like an energy limit when Goku was fighting Fat Boo, right?
Yeah.
Like, and we all know Goku likes to just fuck around a little bit, like just draw out the fight as much as possible, like to get the best possible fight. Let's say he cuts out most of it to because like with that energy limit he had, once he was done with the fight, he was basically at the end of his rope for the day. All he did was show the kids Super Saiyan 3 one more time, then they snapped him up because he used up all the energy he had within that day.
Yeah.
So with that, I mean, I guess with that energy limit, turning Super Saiyan 3, the act of turning Super Saiyan 3, I'm assuming with how they portrayed it, that act alone takes up a huge chunk. Versus if you're already in it, you kind of, it's kind of like using up energy at a smaller, steady limit, you know. But that initial burst takes up a good chunk. That's how I saw it. What do you think?
I don't really think I can disagree there. That makes sense. And that also kind of explains why he was so hesitant to turn Super Saiyan 3. So if he had to fight him while still under that limit, assuming that if he's already under it, like you said, a smaller drain, he still has a good chance. But if he has to turn Super Saiyan 3 before he fights him, no, that's over.
Mm-hmm.
He's probably gonna stay in 2 the whole time. or 1, depending on what we saw there.
Yeah. So if that first initial burst of Super Saiyan 3 took a big chunk, then it's just a matter of a question of how long can he, how much does the energy limit he had that he can sustain while being dead in that time limit and energy limit he had there. So do you think when he's already in Super Saiyan 3, can he still finish off Fat Boo?
I think he could. I think he could. There is another thing that's coming to me, and that's this idea of like, if Boo's on the planet, we're talking about something that everyone's afraid of. The part of me says that I feel like the gods, or at least the creator gods, whoever, the person who gives them the limit, might extend it. Only in the idea that Boo's in the area. If this was just any old fight, probably not going to care. But Boo's a creature of legend, and odds are high. Let's take it up to King Yima. King Yama's going to be like, "Hey, you got killed by Boo. You got killed by Boo. Okay, get down there, Goku. I don't have time for this." You know, I could kind of see something like that, a special time thing. But like, I think he has a possibility.
Yeah, I could definitely see that because he did that with Vegeta. That's why Vegeta got brought back during Buhan.
So I could totally see it. Of course, there's also, I feel like, especially when Boo's like that, it's highly possible that we see Gohan and the rest assisting in that fight, so that if he has to go Super Saiyan 3, he will die. You know, the thing about like Dragon Ball, a lot of times they're unwilling to jump a guy. It's just one of the things that they're known for. So if they were going to jump Boo, it probably would piss him off a little bit, but he's gone. You know what I'm saying? So it's kind of, and then it kind of brings up that idea I said before about throwing him into the sun. You know, if everyone's hitting him with the kind of some kind of ki blast, it's going to be burning him from all sides, which means that there's a high chance he's going to disappear.
Alright, what would he use to defeat Fat Boo in Super Saiyan 3? I can't see the Kamehameha killing Boo.
If he doesn't feel... Okay. Let's say he gathered a spirit bomb. Grabbed it from the plants and all that like he usually does. Let's say he drops the spirit bomb. I'm under the impression that you could draw, like he draws some energy, but let's say the Z fighters themselves were just throwing most of their energy at it. I actually think he might be able to pull something off there. I do think the Z fighters as a collective, without Goku, is still far stronger than the whole collective of regular people. So I could possibly believe if the Z fighters were to put like most of their energy into that spirit bomb, it's possible they could beat Boo with that alone. The thing is, we never really know how much energy they're taking when they're using the spirit bomb.
The only thing I could think of is like there's this one fat guy. I think he was a fat guy. Like when he was gathering energy from the humans against Kid Buu, and then like one fat guy lifted up his hands, and then when his energy left him, he's like, "Oh shit, I feel like I ran a mile." Like, so they're at least physically tired, like exhausted after giving energy. So that to me that screams like damn near all their spirit energy.
Yeah. There's also the idea of like Shinron and all them. We could easily see. Matter of fact, it's highly possible, Shinron could possibly pull energy if they were to use Dragon Balls. Because again, you brought up sent Trunks to get the Dragon Radar. It's highly possible to get Shinron to like give a vast amount of energy or have it pull from everyone to deal with Majin Buu. He's a creature of legend. It's highly possible, even going the route of Shinron showing the devastation that Kid Buu can cause to a planet. It's highly possible he puts that in the minds of all the galaxy. So a lot of stuff that we could think of now, is really in hindsight. I think like think about Goku and like when he's actually in it, it's probably gonna be hard for him to think of that. That's probably why he was sent trunks to go get it instead of instant transmissioning anyway. So, but let's say he were to do that, that would probably be smarter. Get Shenron to pull, give some energy, like he, because Shenron can do that. He unlocked Piccolo's potential and gave him a little something extra. Well, what's a little something extra, right? So, I could see it.
Didn't I feel like they used the Dragon Balls short like around that time? Didn't they? Because I remember there was like around like the Majin Buu era, there was specifically that time like the C Squad like Roshi, Bulma, Android 18, they all went to go search for some Dragon Balls. I can't remember if they used it or not.
Well, did they revive somebody? Did someone get revived?
Let me Google this up real quick.
Because Adele was still alive after that beating. Babidi died. Piccolo, Deborah. Once Deborah was defeated, everyone was unstoned. I don't think anyone died. We're still talking about Fat Boo, so no one's got. No one's been absorbed. And Fat Boo wasn't really just going around killing people like that either. So, no one got revived. Goku comes down for that tournament, and around that time, everything kind of goes down that time. And I don't think Vegeta did anything either. And again, like you said, he brought up he said Trunks, so get the Dragon Radar. If you're going to tell him to go get the Dragon Radar, it's got to have reset by then.
Yeah, I can't remember if they used it. If they did, it might be unusable, but that would be a useful thing. I remember them grabbing it for some reason. I just don't remember what. But let's say Dragon Fist is canon. Yeah, I feel like the Dragon Fist can kill Boo.
It is his ultimate move. I can believe it. I don't think he knows it at that time. Isn't that like a movie attack?
It's a movie attack and it's a game attack. It's usually when he's like in Super Saiyan 3.
Yeah, I mean, it's not like I could see it, but like it's one of those situations where like, does the movie canon work with the regular canon? And so it should be canon because he's always the one who brings it up, but the odds are high it probably isn't. And the main thing we always see Goku use is the Kamehameha. I could probably see him being like, somehow adding multiple multipliers of Kamehameha, like some kind of focusing lens or something, and just straight up beaming him a lot harder. I could see that more or less. But outside of that, like that's his main move. I don't think he's got any other move that could do that. He's never learned Final Flash. He doesn't do it. Even the isn't Gallic Gun just basically a Kamehameha? Does it do anything different?
I don't know. I don't think so. I mean, Dionysus brought up like Kamehameha as stamina, and then while Gallic Gun's like an attack-based attack. Which is an interesting perspective to like put those type of like elements into an attack. But there's like I don't think there's anything online to support those claims.
The only way that works is if he's talking about Xenoverse, and the only thing is that ki and stamina to some degree always seems to be interlinked unless you're talking about games. So I don't see that being any different besides like, well, Xenoverse. I could see that. But they don't do anything different. And if anything, whenever you see Vegeta using Gallic Gun, he's trying to kill somebody. Like, that's just straight up. That's what it is. Final Flash, he knows Little Miss if they don't stand still. So that's usually when he. That's usually when he misuses it. It's crazy, but it's true. So yeah, I think it's really just Kamehameha. It's Spirit Bomb or Kamehameha. I don't see anything else going there.
What
Especially
about
because Dragon Fist is not canon.
What about the angry Kamehameha? This is something I learned in Dragon Ball Sparking Zero. So if you don't remember what the angry, do you remember what the? Do you know what the angry Kamehameha is?
I'm thinking bloodlusted.
Nah, it's when so when Goku finished off Frieza when he was like sliced in half, gave him his energy, and then Frieza went around tried to blast him one more time when he wasn't looking. Then Goku went, "You fool!" Like one-handed blast, and it was like yellow.
I think it's more lethal. I think in that time, Goku's more angry than he's angry, but I don't think it's because we're talking about a weakened Frieza. Like he's not worried about Frieza in that state. Like he wasn't worried about him before he got chopped in half, but after he's really not worried about it. And considering regular Ki Blasts are usually yellow, I could see that just being a weaker attack overall. I remember the You Fool Kamehameha was like he's always tired afterwards. The thing is, he shouldn't be. Like he was hitting a weaker Frieza. But I actually think that what we're seeing there is a more lethal shot, and Goku's more about hitting that kind of non-lethal but very damaging Kamehameha. That's what we usually see there. So I think that's what that is. Do I think he could kill him with that? No, not at all. And the simple idea is he needs to burn him alive. He doesn't need to pierce it. He needs to straight up kill him. So he needs to get something that's overall covering his full body and melting him down. That's the reason, like, you know, remember how Gohan killed Cell? If he just did what Goku did and just straight up blasted his top half, he's coming back. So he needs to straight up get rid of him.
Okay. Well, that actually
biggest thing though,
attack, the warp Kamehameha. Like if he blasted like the whole body instead of just the half body, I think the warp Kamehameha would have worked.
At close range, I could believe it, but we just talked about Cell. We're also talking about like body physiology, and for some reason, when I think about like, because you talked about how like Boo, if he punched him, it'd be kind of like punching like a pillow. Like it's not really gonna do much. I feel like his body physiology might kind of work. I don't know, because I just said the Kamehameha could just overcome him, and we're talking about close range. It's kind of hard to say. It should work. It truly should work.
Yeah, especially if it explodes, that huge explosion, like that beam clash between Cell and Gohan. I think it should disintegrate Cell and or Majin Buu.
The thing is, though, is that Warp Kamehameha is literally just instant transmission Kamehameha. So the smartest thing Goku could do is maybe get some kind of like astronaut here, put it on, and be like, I'm gonna take him to the sun. Oh, Kamehameha! Like that's what I'm seeing. That's what I'm seeing, dude. Because outside of that, matter of fact, who was it he shot in Super Saiyan 4? He times like a shot off. It's Baby. He shoots Baby with it. In GT, he shoots Baby with it, and he fires him at the sun. He didn't even need Warp Kamehameha for that. So he could kind of do it from the ground. He could do it.
I think he can
Again,
too.
though, it's more about timing and it's more about location. So let's say he does do a Warp Kamehameha, but instead of like holding it and then teleporting, it's just he takes him to, let's say he guesstimates where the sun is and then fires him. I could see him doing that.
Alright, here's a thought. Like a lot of people on my worst L of the Cell Saga video, they argued one of my reasonings, like why did one of my reasonings, one of the L's on the worst L of the Cell Saga was that Goku used instant transmission on Cell to King Kai's planet. Like why couldn't he just instant transmission him to the sun and like just melt him? before he explodes and then go back. And then like a lot of people on there was like, that's not how instant transmission works. That's not how instant transmission works. You need like you need to sense someone's energy out and instant transmission there. But I'm arguing if Goku can gather energy from the sun with his spirit bomb, he should be able to sense the sun's energy and instant transmission there.
It's got to have some kind of, maybe not necessarily a full-on mind, but if it can know to give energy off, there should be something there. But then again, we're still talking about the sun is energy itself. So the fact that he couldn't sense that is crazy. But we're barking the wrong tree here. Here's the thing, they're not even considering Goku's going into space near the sun. You can't just hold your breath in space. It's gonna come out of you. So the idea that, like, well, we're talking about Saiyans with superpowers and stuff, so maybe that logic isn't full. But Goku could probably sense the sun, send him over there. It's highly possible. I mean, we're talking about straight up energy. You can't sense the sun. You know where it is. You can feel it hitting your face all the time. You should be able to feel that. Like, there's no reason he shouldn't be able to sense it.
Yeah, especially if you're gathering energy from the sun when using the spirit bomb. I feel like there has to be some sort of energy signal there you can sense.
And then he pulls it from the planet too. The planet knows about him. If the people on other planets are getting energy, they know about it. It would be highly impossible for Goku to not be able to sense the sun. I couldn't believe that. Is there a moon there yet? Did they bring their moon back?
I feel like the moon has come back. I don't know how it came back, because I know Kami brought it back one time, but he did it. He promised to bring it back if Goku agreed to remove his tail permanently. But then Piccolo destroys it again when Gohan turns ape. So I don't know if it came back after that. Or I'm pretty sure it did, I just don't know how.
Bro. So many things went wrong when that moon went away. So many things were on the planet that just went wrong with that. But I don't even know how we got on this topic. I'm gonna lie to you. But anyway. But we talked about, again, we're talking about, like, could he go to the sun? Could he throw him in there? Assuming he can breathe, hold his breath in space. Yeah, he could probably get him that way easily.
Yeah,
I can see it totally.
I could see that too. Just zoom, zoom back to Earth. That would be a good viable option. I would give some.
There's also, like, talking about sensing ki. It's highly possible. I feel like Goku could probably sense his own ki, and what I mean by it is, sometimes in Xenoverse, this is like some kind of like ki level gauge you need to have. So if you have a certain amount of ki stat, like, you can have different, like, regular ki blast. And so one would be like a straight up, you charge it up and it's like a big ball of energy, but like it's slow moving. And so what if Goku were to, like, let's say, send out a slow moving ki blast that just sits out there and then, like, teleports to that point? Because it's still energy. He's sensing it. He knows where it is. And it would be his ki. I could totally see him doing that. Put a ki blast in the maybe at the edge of space. I think when he fights Beerus, he's still technically in the atmosphere of the Earth. I can see it.
I think that would be an ass pull of a move, but if anyone was to pull something like that off, it would be Goku. So I could possibly see Goku do something like that. Like it just reminds me of the time that hit killed him, but before he killed him, he shot an energy beam up. And we've never seen an energy beam come back down. It just keeps going forever. And then this one, for some odd reason, came back down and smacked him right on the chest. And resuscitated him back to life.
You know, though, we did see him put, like, Kamehameha mines on the ground during Jiren fight. That might have been the precursor of that. I don't know how he thought of it, but that might have been the precursor.
There was the time when he fought Frieza, and when Frieza smacked him into the water, on Namek Saga, he was like, oh, I haven't used this move in a while. Kamehameha, and then he just had 2 Kamehameha balls just like floating in the water, and he was like, all right, first one go, second one go. So there were a little bit of elements of controlling your ki blasts there.
You know, it's crazy, but Goku could be a good strategist if he actually focused into that. I could totally see it. That's just not how he fights. He could totally do it. Man, you know how many battles they probably could have won doing something stupid like that? And he apparently he knows telekinesis too, because like, you know, Krillin was doing that.
Reading Krillin's mind.
He never gonna use that again. You know he's not. Oh man.
Wish he did. That would be cool if he did. Alright.
It needs to happen more often.
Final thoughts on Goku versus Fat Boo. I honestly think Goku can pull it off. I agree with you and Charm City here. It is Goku at the end of the day. If he has to win, he will somehow.
Shoot. I think I remember there's like one movie like Goku just teleports in and punches the bad guy and then like teleports out like for like an instant. So if he could pull that off, movie was that? Do you remember what I'm talking about? He just teleports in and punches a guy. I think it's Gohan versus Bojack, I believe.
Yes.
I think it's that one. He just comes in and then like he's gone. I think like if he could do something like that, it's highly possible. He comes into the plane, Kamehamehas him, and gets out of there. I could see it easily. So yeah, Goku's gonna win somehow, undeniably.
Yeah, he's like the anime Superman. Superman has to be as strong as he needs to be to defeat someone. That's basically Goku.
Batman. He could be a Batman if he tried, but that's more Piccolo than anything.
Alright, segment 2. Let me pull up the segment 2 video.
Chat like that? That's Charm.
Alright, welcome back. Yeah, Charm City Dragon Ball related. I still have your other questions saved, so we'll bring that one up in segment 3. But in the meantime, 7 Ninja, what you got for us?
Alright, so talk about this. Does Cell in 16 have a soul? Now, the idea behind this is like with 17 and 18, right? You know, they're people ahead of time, so they could have a soul. Frieza, soul. But we're talking about these guys are created. They're practically robots. I mean, Cell's got DNA in him, but they're practically robots or androids. Or Borgs, I think. So here, in theory, they shouldn't have souls. So if they were to die, right, they can't be revived. Well, I guess they could be recreated, but like in theory, they shouldn't be able to be revived because they have no soul. And all of the times we've seen Cell, it's always been filler anyway. So he shouldn't have a soul. Means no resurrection.
I feel like he does have a soul because he was born from like a cell and grew in like some sort of a tube where he was like a little tiny thing and he just kept growing and growing like an actual being of some sort. Like 16, I can see not having a soul because he was just robot parts put together to look like Dr. Giro's son and was given like an artificial personality. But Cell actually like grew biologically, like in my opinion. So like he formed like his own personality. I mean, it's possible Dr. Giro like what's the word? Engineered, not engineered, programmed him, like his personality to be some sort of way, maybe. But no, cause like with all the DNA he has, it affects his personality. Like it's not robot, you know. It's not Android 17, cause like I saw some things online. I didn't know Dr. Giro made Android 16 to look like his son, cause his son died, but made 16 kind-hearted because he didn't want to see his son die in war again. So
Cell had the prime directive.
Cell what?
Cell had the prime directive to kill Goku. Like that was already in him. I mean, he probably wanted to do it anyway because, like, you know, he's a fighter. Saying Frieza hybrid, he probably already had that fire in him anyway. But I believe Cell had the prime directive to go kill Goku, and so if he can instill that, he's got to be some kind of robotics. I mean, 17 and 18 are more like, we were made to kill Goku, so why don't we go kill him anyway? That's what they were at. And like 16's like, you know, I'm a robot, I gotta do this order. But the thing is, like, Cell, to me especially, is very similar. He had a lot of programming to build him up, and I've seen in some media where like there's bioengineering of creatures. They're not real. They're not real in a sense of like people itself, but they're just like in some media they're creations of some kind. They're like how would I describe that? Besides, it's almost if they made fake people. Put it like that. And so in some media, like, it's just fake people doing acting like robots. So it could be the same there with Cell, but Cell's got a whole attitude and all that, which could be affected by him having the Saiyan energy, Saiyan DNA, Frieza DNA. It's not impossible. It's not impossible. I don't know. 'Cause 16 and him are a lot different than 17 and 18. Is that the cold sauce?
Yes, it is. What's up, Cold Sauce Hunter? You hiding in the closet still? It shows that he's talking, but I think his stuff is loading up.
Bro, I don't even hear him if he is talking, but oh, you remembered.
What's up, everybody? My name is the most handsome man in the world, and I'm Hunter, bro. And you can, and what are we talking about right now?
Does Vegeta suck or not? We're leaning on yes.
Well, I'm here to tell you that he doesn't.
Oh, he does? Okay.
I'm
glad you agree.
Pretty sure I've said doesn't.
Now we're talking about do Cell and Android 16 have a soul?
Okay, yeah, they do. Well, no, 16, I don't think so. I don't think 16 does. He's completely synthetic. But Cell in the Buu Saga, we saw him in the afterlife, and so that's what made me confirm. Because that's a canon episode. That's not filler. That's a confirmed soul. That's an afterlife. So with that being said, it said, huh?
Which episode was canon? I thought that was filler.
It's in the Buu Saga. We see Cell and Frieza marveling at Goku fighting Buu.
Oh, I think I know what you're talking about. Kid Buu, right? They're hoping Goku
I believe
loses.
So. Yeah, they're like, everybody was watching it, not just like people on Earth, but like people in the afterlife. And Cell and Frieza were like in the same room, and they were like, "That's the dude that killed me." And so yeah, that to me confirms the existence of a soul. And what I wanted to say was, it's extremely impressive because that's a creation of Dr. Giro's. He made a being with a soul. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm. Like, my argument was that like Cell was biologically grown, like an actual like you can like I think when Krillin
Cell's not an android. Cell's a biodroid.
When Krillin and Trunks destroyed Dr. Giro's secret lab, you know, secret lab 2.0, they found the little
Right.
tiny cell in that little like tube of cylinder of water that was like actually like kind of like a womb for him. You know, he was actually biologically growing like from a fetus. You know.
Yeah, exactly. And so it's a bio droid, and he has a soul. That's all canon information.
And then
Because
oh,
a
go ahead.
robot doesn't go to the afterlife. Like we didn't see 16 in the afterlife.
Mm-hmm.
What did you
But
just say again?
we might see who the guy that 16 was modeled after in the
Hmm.
afterlife. A lot of people don't know 16 was modeled after Giro's son,
Yeah.
who Squall, correct
Mm-hmm.
me if I'm wrong, but we saw him in Dragon Ball. He
I
was
can't
the
remember.
general of the Red Ribbon Army.
I can't remember if it was based off of him, but in Dragon Ball Superhero, it confirmed it because they showed like the whole family tree and everything, and then they
Yeah.
showed Dr. Giro. Then they showed his, I forgot what his son was named, but it was a guy who looked exactly like 16. Then under like 16's
Yeah,
brother,
Giro's
it
son.
was Dr. Hedo.
Well, 16, I know was modeled after Giro's son,
Mm-hmm.
and I I'm pretty sure we saw him in Dragon Ball, like as a Red Ribbon. I don't know if it was like a general or whatever, but I know for sure that that's confirmed. That's Toriyama confirmed.
Yeah, I know who you're talking about. I just can't. I just don't know if that's the guy or not, like the son or not.
That's what I'm
Uh,
saying. I know it's Jiro's son.
mm-hmm. So Seven Ninja, your thoughts on what were your thoughts again on if Cell had a soul or not?
My thoughts are, it's one of those situations where like the way he's created, I feel like he had like the prime directive to go kill Goku, but then again, it could just be one of those. Well, I'm gonna kill him anyway because he's a good fighter, and I want to fight him, and I want to kill him. It could be one of those situations, but I think he had the prime directive to go kill him, which means he can be programmed to some degree. Which makes me think that, like, you know, if he could be programmed, then it's highly possible that he's more robot than anything.
Soulless.
If anything, we could go the right idea of like you know, an actual AI, like one that's like fully
Well,
autonomous AI.
I
I can see
can
that.
I can argue that I could hypnotize someone, a person, to go and commit whatever. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
I don't
So,
think.
and the fact that that Cell was grown in a lab tells me that whatever hypnotic coding that would have been put into his DNA, like they kind of made a joke on it on Team Four Star. The Android 17 and 18 said that for years all they heard was Dr. Giro's voice saying "Kill Son Goku." Uh, so yeah, I mean Dr. Giro, if he can code DNA in a way to create Cell, I'm sure part of the coding can be um, "Kill Son Goku." But it wasn't exactly a one track mind. We see Cell with free will. If he had a one track mind, I would argue that Cell would have ignored Gohan and just continued to fight Goku.
Mhm.
As powerful as he was, nobody else, even Vegeta and Trunks, would have been able to jump into that fight and pose enough of a threat to slow Cell down.
I don't think Cell was programmed to search for Goku and kill Goku only. If I remember correctly, his directive was to become perfect. Because I remember like his whole thing of escaping Trunks' timeline was to absorb the androids. Oh shit, the androids are dead. Alright, kill Trunks, get his time machine, go back to the past and get the androids. And then as soon as he's there, he's absorbing humans. He's sucking them dry with his little tail to become like, because he devolved to go into the time, become small enough to go into the time machine, and then he had to like either, I forget if he had to wait, become big enough, or if he had to go absorb humans to like become like back to like first form. So
yeah, there was that cicada form that it was his larva state, and it took like so many years for him to just grow. I don't remember if he grew into imperfect cell, or actually, yeah, I know he grew into imperfect cell instead of the absorbing things, because it left behind a shell. Remember, Gohan and them had found the shell, like a giant cicada. So, yeah, he grew into imperfect cell biologically, and then went around absorbing people until he had enough power to defeat either Android 17 or 18, because each one gave him another evolved form.
Yeah, so
but now that you mention it, I also never remember hearing Cell say, "I want to defeat Goku."
Yeah, that's my point.
That was like, never like when the androids came out. It was like, we're gonna beat Goku, especially 16.
Yeah,
but
16.
Cell never
even
gave
17.
off that vibe of like that was his life's purpose, you know.
Yeah, especially 17, because it's like, all right, let's go kill Goku, but first, let's go grab some clothes. Let's go mess around this town. And then when they show up at Kame House, where's Goku? You know, that's like their thing. Like, where's Goku at? We want to go kill him.
Right.
But Cell, yeah, I definitely see what you mean with the whole free will thing. Like if his directive was to kill Goku, it'd be like after he got perfect form, fought Vegeta. All right, where's Goku? I need to go kill Goku. Nah, like fought Trunks, you know. He would be like, all right, tell me where Goku is. Like, nah, it's like, oh, you guys got really strong. Like, can you guys get stronger? Oh, you guys can? All right, Cell games. See you in 10 days.
Yeah, and that was the thing. It was something that Trunks had told him in his fight against Trunks that made him go, you know what? I'm gonna give y'all a week. I'm gonna go set up a ring. And then he went onto the news. He went and on TV and told everyone. You know what I'm saying? That's more free will behavior than android behavior.
Huh? Yeah, so
and that's when the legendary Satan took that mega slap and somehow survived.
Yeah, so everything we're discussing makes me feel like more that, like, yeah, he's more on the he has a soul side, but 16 I can definitely say, nah, he probably doesn't have a soul.
Yeah, and then I'll take it a step further and say that Super Cell or Cell Max or whatever, no soul at all. That's a fucking robot. That's that's a fucking, that dude didn't even have a mind. He just woke up and just violence, you know?
Yeah, he was pure instinct.
Yeah. The thing is, though, I'm thinking about 16 now. Now we're talking about that, and I remember that 16 wants Gohan to save the plants, the birds, and the animals. Basically, I'm wondering if, like, at that point, he became a person, I guess, because it's like his mind
reprogrammed it.
Yeah, that was Dr. Gero. Okay. Yeah, because Dr. Gero didn't want to see his son die again, so he made Android 16 kind.
But he had the coding in him to kill Son Goku, and Bulma removed that coding. So then 16, he didn't necessarily become a pacifist, but he became an environmentalist for sure. In fact, I kind of want to say, now, I can't confirm this, but I'm pretty sure the whole 16 loving like birds specifically was the animator's decision. It wasn't Toriyama's decision because there was
Hmm.
something to do with a bird named Toriyama that my cousin was telling me about.
This is news to me.
It was specifically like I don't know if Toriyama himself had a pet bird named Toriyama and like it died around the time or some shit. But it was an important bird and the name of the bird was Toriyama.
I can't help but understand the Toriyama bird joke. I've seen these jokes a lot of times, but I still don't understand it. I know that Akira Toriyama is the creator of the manga and Dragon Ball in general, but why dinosaur? And why is he always a bird?
See what I mean? There's a whole bunch of confusing things. People have been given false answers for years, probably decades actually, probably 2 decades now or close to it.
I know I'm late, but there's another layer. Birds are the last living descendants of true dinosaurs, meaning Toriyama, Bird Mountain, when split by kanji, is also putting some respect on his namesake's ancestors.
Yeah, but that doesn't make sense because Toriyama was still very much alive at the time.
Yeah. Let's see. 16. I'd love to see your dinosaur. Toriyama chirps 6 times. 16. It does what? With a disgusted, confused look upon his face.
That was Team 4-star.
What in the name of Dende does he mean his dinosaur does? What? Eats people? Reproduces in a way that Android 16 just doesn't fathom? What does his dinosaur do?
Yeah, I can't.
In the abridged movie Revenge of Cooler, when Goku turns Super Saiyan, he revives a bird and tells it to go, Toriyama.
Mhm.
Go teach a dinosaur how to ride a ball.
That's also Team 4-star.
Yeah, because I've watched that movie a billion times. He never said, go, Toriyama, go teach a dinosaur how to ride a ball. Alright, this kind of making sense, because the original
word for
Chala...
word, the Team 4-star version.
Yeah, because like so one guy's saying, Cha-la-la, head cha-la-la lyrics include translated, if there's a dinosaur, I want to train it to ride a ball. So I guess it has something to do with birds and
Riding a ball?
Yeah. But I don't know why they named a bird Toriyama.
What are we talking about now, bro? I'm starting to get confused.
I'm gonna get back to the party though.
Alrighty, dog. You got a debate topic first before you leave?
Whiskey or vodka?
Huh? Whiskey or vodka?
Jaeger.
Stupid.
I'm on.
White Claws.
Ew, you fucking white girl. You basic white. You sucking
I knew that would piss him off.
Fucking cool with.
I knew that would piss him off. I was just thinking of what would annoy Hunter right now. Oh, White Claws.
Alright, I'm out of here, y'all.
Alright, later.
Okay. Alrighty. Well, let's go and bring up another one unless you got something.
Let's see. Charm City's got a couple for us. Let's start with the one he brought up last week. From the original Dragon Ball series, 21st, 22nd, 23rd World Martial Arts Tournaments, which one was the best event overall and why?
I'm gonna start this off with I don't really remember much from Dragon Ball, so I ain't gonna lie to you. So you go ahead and answer that. I'll just throw around one.
The 21st is Goku versus Roshi at the end. The 22nd is Goku versus Tien at the end. Both he lost, barely. And the 23rd is Goku versus Piccolo at the end, where he won.
I think the one that I remember really impacting me the most is when he takes off that weights off his body and drops it on the ground and slams, and they're like, "Oh my god, this thing's heavy." So I think like the most impactful for me is going to have to be Tien's. I like that one the most.
Well, that was the 23rd when he defeated Piccolo, but it was like in the semifinals he fought Tien and did that. And then once he won from there, he went to fight Piccolo.
Gotcha. What's yours?
Let's see, I'm typing out the question so I could pin it.
Gotcha.
Alright. I would have to agree with you. I think that one was probably the best one, because when I'm looking at it from like fights all around, like I was thinking final fight until you brought up that fight. This one had the most meaningful fights all around. Like of course in the first one you had there was some good fights in the first one. I don't remember any of the fights in the second one. Like I even read the manga like in the last few years and like reread that part of the second like 22nd tournament. So and I still don't remember any of the fights other than Goku versus Tien. You know, like
Gotcha.
like in the 21st one where Goku loses to Roshi, there was like a lot of good fights in there. There was Roshi versus Yamcha, which was a really good one. Yamcha obviously loses. There was Krillin versus that real stinky guy, and like there was a lot of back and forth in there. Like no one was really overpowered. Everyone was still kind of like there's some struggle in between the fights, but Krillin ended up winning. And I think there was Krillin versus Roshi. That was like a good fight, but Krillin still ended up losing. There was Goku versus Nam, the Indian guy with like the dot on his head, and like that was like a good fight that Goku ended up still winning. And then there was of course the Goku versus Roshi fight that was like crazy and like good, and like I think that was the first recorded beam struggle. So in a package, it was like it's up there. The second one, the 22nd tournament, I'm putting that one in last place, but the final fight was really good. Between Goku and Tien. But the 23rd, from the beginning, from the get-go, there's just every fight meant something, you know. Like Goku fought like his first opponent, not even in the final stage. It was like the qualifying stages. Goku outright fights like a really tough opponent from like the previous tournament or something like that. I can't remember what. And Goku easily dispatches him, just like toys with him, clowns him, like gets behind him, and he's just like staying out of his sight, like not even moving his feet. He's moving so fast, and then just one shots him. So from the get-go, you can already see Goku is that guy. Let's see what else. Then there was the whole Chi-Chi coming back, and no one can recognize her for a damn shit, you know. And then like there's just this whole like there's something going on between them as they're fighting. Chi-Chi's mad for some reason, no one knows why. And then Goku's sitting here like, who are you? Why are you being so mad? And like, and then just whoosh, does that air fist and knocks her out. So that was pretty cool. Then what else did you have? You had Krillin versus Piccolo, which was a really good fight, you know. Like Krillin actually, like Piccolo thought like the Earthlings were just beneath him, you know, like I don't have to worry about nobody other than Goku. But so when he fought Krillin actually put up a really good fight. Krillin actually didn't actually get knocked out or didn't get knocked out of the ring, didn't like physically get unconscious. He did his piece. He was like, you know what? If he's blocking that, I'm done. I gave it my all, guys. And then like Krillin or Piccolo's inner monologue, he went from like, damn, if all the Earthlings are like this, I might have a problem like dominating the world. So like he actually gave Piccolo a run for his money, you know, little old Krillin. So that was really cool. And then there was that fight you were talking about, Tien versus Goku, because this is the actual fight that actually had to push Goku into giving his all, and like he dropped the weights and everything. And then there's actually another character that was in there. There was a Kami was in there dressed up as a human, and he had that fight with Yamcha where he clowns Yamcha. So that was really cool. And he was like this mystery fighter. It's like, okay, we obviously know he's special for some reason, but we don't know why. And then there's Kami versus Piccolo, like in this tournament where Piccolo defeats Kami by Kami using the Mafuba to trap Piccolo, but Piccolo throws it back at Kami and then puts him in the little bottle and swallows it. So that was real crazy. DT Dub says
That still
Krillin got
sounds
that
like
dog in
garbage.
him. Huh?
That still sounds like garbage. How you gonna do that? He's not even evil. Like, how's that gonna work?
I don't know. But it happened. That's canon.
Maybe it's because he's a demon. Maybe that's what it is.
Possibly.
Because I think you brought this up. I think you brought it up. It said like Daima means evil. I forgot where I saw it at, but I think you said it somewhere. And like Daima is supposed to mean evil, and so therefore, like by them being in the demon world, originally coming out of the demon world, they're still demons, and Piccolo and them are separated. So maybe there's some kind of maybe that's why it worked. It's still odd that he reflected it though.
Yes. I don't know. I think I know what you're talking about. It's supposed to work on the evil people, but I don't know. I just know it happened. But besides that, basically the point is like there's a lot of weight in every battle in this tournament, this final tournament. Like, of course, there's like a lot of weight in like the other ones. Just it felt like there was a lot more within each battle. Like, you know, there's Goku's marriage. There's Goku versus Tien, the rematch of the 22nd one. There's Kami versus Piccolo, which turned to Kami being sucked up in the Mafuba instead. Like all these fights are very crucial in the world building. And then of course there's the Piccolo versus Goku one, the final fight. Like this fight was like a shit ton of episodes. Like just when you think it's over, it's not over. There's more to it. You got Goku versus Piccolo, the introductions. Then you got Piccolo becoming big, and then it's like, oh shit. But it's like, nah, Goku still got it, you know. And then like he baits Piccolo into getting even bigger. So then Goku can go inside him and take the Kami bottle back out, you know, out of his stomach, and then he escapes with it. And then there's like when Piccolo gets back down to normal, like he has like the upper hand, is about to get Goku with a punch, but Kami steps in and like blocks it. And like Goku's like, nah, bro, get out of here. What are you doing? This is supposed to be a one-on-one fight. Piccolo, go ahead, hit me. And then like, so it's like there's a lot of like weight, and there's a lot of like crazy, like awesome moments into this. And let's not forget the animation. The animation, they were very limited in the 90s, and this is like some of the top-notch animation throughout the end of Dragon Ball Z in this fight, you know. So, and this was like the first tournament that Goku actually won, and it was like against the most toughest opponent yet. So this is to me, this is like the best top one. Let's see. DT Dub says, did you talk about how Tien was a dick back then? Dude broke Yamcha's leg. Yeah, that was in the 22nd one. That was pretty fucked up to see. I'm not gonna lie there. Do you remember that?
DT Dub, thanks for coming to the hold on. DT Dub, thanks for coming to the podcast. And no, I do not.
Yeah, so I actually forgot to mention that. That was in the 22nd one when Tien was first introduced. Tien and Yamcha had a fight, and after Tien knocks Yamcha out, Yamcha's like they're both in the sky fighting, and I can't remember if Tien knocks him out in the air or if he like knocks him to the ground, then he's knocked out. But regardless, he's on the ground knocked out, and Tien's still falling and lands on his knee, breaking it. and his like the bottom half of his
Ooh.
leg, just you can see it swivel like whoosh, in slow motion in the animation.
Ooh, that's tough.
Yeah,
That's
bro,
how they let me see him Bucky.
they made Tien a real dickhead back then.
Mm,
But yeah, DT
that
Dub,
was
you got
just-
any topics for us to debate about? We're on the viewer debates right now. See, I think Charm City has another one, but before we move on to his other one, you got what are your thoughts on everything I've mentioned so far?
I mean, we were talking about. Oh, I think DTW just said something about like it's a lot more brutal. We're seeing like something a lot more realistic, something we can kind of more relate to, stuff we could probably think would happen. I think Tien is supposed to be an assassin. I could totally see him trying to cripple a fighter to win a fight faster. So it's something a lot more realistic, and I kind of felt like this is something you should have been seeing in like Dragon Ball all the time. Like I was gonna say like earlier when we were talking during the Boo fight, like why are they not like more lethal with their attacks? Like you could clearly see a difference between Hit trying to kill someone or trying to fight someone versus if Goku's trying to fight something. Goku's always going to be doing less lethal attacks. So I guess it's one of those situations where it's more realistic to see them do what Tien did in that fight, I'd say. Do you want to talk about Daima, episode 2 at least?
Oh
Ain't
yeah,
really a lot going on there, but
yeah, we could switch to. I forgot about the Daima segment. So if you guys didn't know, Dragon Ball Daima has finally dropped. So during these podcasts, we will go over the episodes. I forgot that these episodes come out on Thursdays, so I did not see the third episode. 2 weeks ago we went over the first episode, so I guess for this one we'll just go over the second episode. Seven Ninja, go ahead. You get your thoughts out first in the second episode.
okay. So and this will kind of pertain to the third as well, but basically they kind of rehashed a lot of the information we learned in the first one about the ears, the pointy ears. Not everyone that has pointy ears is a demon, but if they have pointy ears like Piccolo's, they are a demon. So if they look like Beerus or have ears like Beerus, or they look like an animal or whatever, they're probably not going to be a demon. But if they have ears like Piccolo, more than likely it's going to be a demon. But basically they rehashed a lot of that stuff. I'm glad to see Goku get the power pole again, but that makes me think that we're going to see something similar to how GT was, where Goku's not able to use his full power. What I really think's going on here is that like Goku still has his full power within him at all times, and it's just one of those situations where he's got to get his balance back. He's got to understand how his body works now, and so once he gets that down, I could see him being going Super Saiyan 3. There's no reason, and not going to say anything about episode 3, but there's no reason to believe that there's anything that's stopping him from going into Super Saiyan 3. All they really did was shrink down their size. So what Goku's doing, getting the power pole, which I believe he's getting the power pole so that like he can help his reach. But seeing him do what he's doing, I could see that being more of just learning his body and less of he's being weakened like he was in GT.
I haven't touched him in Sparking Zero because if you get like the deluxe version of Sparking Zero or higher, you get Goku Mini, which is the Dragon Ball Daima version. And so far I haven't seen anyone really use him who I've went up against. And if I have seen it, I haven't seen anyone go Super Saiyan with him yet. So I'm assuming based on the video game like canon, like I don't think he can go Super Saiyan. DT Dub says he's kind of bad in sparking. But I definitely feel like in the anime he should go Super Saiyan, maybe, because they're kind of hinting in the second episode like how Vegeta and Goku fell, and then Goku's like trying to fly again. And he's like having trouble like using his energy because it's a different body. He doesn't have as much he can't output as much energy as he wants, and his body is a different weight, so there's like a lot of different variables that he's not used to anymore. So I feel like it's hinting at the fact that he can't go Super Saiyan, but it's not set in stone.
I think it's a learning situation. He's got he's got a different body, so he's already unlocked it. So it's in his DNA, it's in his genes. I think right now what we're looking at is, because he was flying all wonkily, that he's got to figure out how to fly again. I think that's pretty much it. Got to learn how to use his ki, and once he's done all that, he'll be able to transform into the different states. Because I don't think that part changes once he knows. I'm gonna put it like this. I think what Goku's going through right now is learning the fundamentals again. And so once he learns his fundamentals, he's gonna be guaranteed to go into a Super Saiyan 1, 2, and 3. If you look at the intros, we see Piccolo and them flying and stuff like that. I think what's going on there is just a simple matter of they're bringing us back to the idea of fundamentals. In 3, we do actually see Goku fight in the small form. I won't go too much detail in there, but he does actually fight in that one. And so I think what they're trying to do is just like, hey, you're used to seeing ki blasts and stuff go on around. Why don't we bring it back to when Goku was actually, more of an actual fighter and less of a ki blast, whatever technique, whatever. Let's go back to the fundamentals, and that's what Dragon Ball Daima is trying to do right now. Now, what that's going to look like for Vegeta and Piccolo, which, again, why is Piccolo so small? Bro, wasn't he like 3 years old when he was training Gohan? What's he doing?
Yeah, it's like in the 23rd tournament, he was 3 years old, and he was the size of a full-grown adult. My thing is, like, did what was the exact wish they made? Did they wish for them to be small or for them to be kids?
I had a I think it says I wish for them. No. He said he wants the kids to be babies, and he wants them, the adults, to become first graders.
Okay. So, with that in mind, I can see it going two ways. They can go the GT route where he still has the knowledge to go Super Saiyan, so he does. Or it goes back to like how strong he was when he was actually 6 years old, type of a thing. I mean, like, he still has like his memories from when he's older, but like with the biology he had at the time, he only had like a power level at 10 at the beginning of Dragon Ball. If he was like 12 years old at the power level of 10. If he's 6, his power level might be like 5 or something. Half that age.
Yeah.
So he might not have the strength to turn Super Saiyan. He might grow his tail back, but he might not have the power to go Super Saiyan.
Talking about Super Saiyan, do you think he'll get 4? Last time GT, he got 4 in that one. You think he's trying to do the GT thing again this time? But like, it's not GT.
I did see a possibility. Like, there's one guy. What's up, Guzman? Hop in the podcast. Oh, you're sick. Oh shit. I didn't know that.
That sucks. That sucks, man.
Appreciate it. Appreciate you stopping by. But yeah, we're talking about the Dragon Ball Daima episode 2. Let's see, DT Dub says he misses the brutality of Dragon Ball OG. We'll talk about your topic after the Dragon Ball Daima episode, DT. He says, where does Trunks get his sword? Tapion is not canon. He said, Goku Mini is bad in sparking. Sounds like the same explanation to why he wasn't as powerful in GT, but think about how Ginyu struggled to get a new body. Oh, that's a good point. It makes sense. Piccolo looks cool though, not gonna lie. No way he gets Super Saiyan 4. Oh yeah, back to Super Saiyan 4. So, I didn't watch the full video. Oh, your tournament was postponed? Oh shit, to when? But yeah, there was a YouTuber named Saiyan Scholar who said that Daima's bringing back Super Saiyan 4. Let me pull up. I'm not gonna show his video. I'm just gonna show the thumbnail because I didn't watch the full video. Because I didn't want any spoilers. Let's see, where is it? It was like a couple weeks ago. It was before Daima even came out. Where is it? Oh, Sparking Zero review. No, not that one. A month ago.
Do they actually have the manga for Daima out already?
Oh, here it is. No, manga for Daima. I actually don't know. Let's see, Super Saiyan 4. It's happening in Dragon Ball Daima. Yeah, it's this video here. I'm not. Oh, you guys probably can't see that. It's this video right here. I did not want to see it because I didn't want to see spoilers. But if it's true what he's saying, we'll see. Because I also did see. Yeah, I'm hearing like conflicting things, you know, because Toriyama stated that, or not Toriyama, one of my friends stated that Toriyama made Super because he was sick of seeing like all these other things like Dragon Ball GT come out where they're straying away from what his ideas are, you know. So he created Super to bring it back on track. But then when Daima came out, I'm seeing people online saying Toriyama loved GT, so he made Dragon Ball Daima to make GT canon. So it's like these are real conflicting things that I'm hearing from different people. So I can see it coming back. I just
wait. Is that the case? If GT's after Super, then that means Gogeta beats Kappa. If you just said that, if that's true, then that means Gogeta is stronger than Kappa.
What is
Anyways,
this?
That's off topic.
Okay.
I've been hearing that for a minute, but when you said that, like, I think you said like GT is like after. If that rumor is true, GT is like after like Super, which means that has to be true.
I have no idea. I haven't touched, or I've seen that argument you're talking about online. I just don't know where that's coming from. Or I've seen like stuff about that. Kappa is better than Gogeta or something, but I don't know the arguments behind it.
Honestly though, I think like Super Saiyan 4 will show up inside of Daima, and the only reason I say that is that if he gained a new form inside of, like, because the transformation caps it off. It's that bow on top, and it's like without it, it could look cool, but there's nothing like Goku getting a new, fresh transformation maybe at the final fight or a very important moment where he beats the bad guy with his overwhelming power. There's nothing like that, and we've already seen 1, 2, and 3. Probably we're gonna see him get back to his regular state. Maybe I honestly will say I think he'll get back to his regular state at the very end of the story. I don't think they'll get it back until that happens. And so unless he gets like Super Saiyan 4. Do I think Blutz Waves is going to play a role in there? I actually don't even think he's going to have to tap into Blutz Waves. I think if anything, they're going to go the route of he just always had the ability to do it. He just had to get to a certain strength threshold or learn from the basics again to be able to tap into that Super Saiyan 4 state. So I think that they'll bring it back, if only to canonize it through some kind of if only to canonize it here. I guess it doesn't explain why we don't see it inside of a Super, but this is after Super canonically, so IRL canonically anyway, so that's kind of why.
All right, I wanted. There's one thing that kind of a plot hole I've noticed in episode 2. They asked Piccolo about the demon world, and Piccolo said he heard like a long time ago that the Namekians left the demon world because they didn't like being ruled. But if I can remember correctly, Kami lost all his memories when he came to Earth. So how does Piccolo now have his memories back to remember this?
Give me 1 second. Someone's calling.
Okay. Yeah, chat. If you guys heard that, what are your guys' thoughts on that? Like, like Kami didn't remember a damn thing when he landed on Earth. But for some reason, Piccolo remembers the demon world, that the Namekians didn't like the demon world. They didn't like being ruled. Like, if as far as I remember, Piccolo didn't even know he was a Namekian when he was introduced in GT. Like, Vegeta and Nappa were like, "Hey, that's a Namekian." And he's like, "A what? I'm a what?"
Alright, I'm back.
So, like, if you remember, remember when they asked Piccolo about the demon world, he was like, the Namekians didn't like being ruled, so they left the demon world. But if I can remember correctly, Piccolo had no knowledge of anything about the Namekians. Like he has no memories about that. Because remember when Vegeta and Nappa first landed on Earth, they were like, "Hey, that's a Namekian." And he was like, "A what? I'm a what?" And like he didn't know what the hell he was. So how does he have memories of what the Namekians' thoughts were on the demon world all of a sudden?
The only way that works is when he absorbed Nail. That's the only time that could have happened. The problem is that we don't really know a lot about Nail, and we don't even know how old Nail is. But when he absorbs Nail, it's a possibility he gained all that knowledge then. Unless they did something off screen.
What about
Where,
Dende? Because remember in episode 1 they point out Dende, "Hey, you're part of the demon clan. You got plenty of ears." I feel like didn't Dende have like, I can't remember his reaction, but I feel like his reaction was like, "What?" Like I feel like he might have known too since he was from Namek originally, you know?
The thing is though, Dende is like younger. Him not knowing makes more sense to me than like Piccolo, because and also like, you know, he absorbed Nail. Like it's at a full kind. Let's go with adult. He's a full adult Namekian who's probably been guarding for like years, versus Dende is kind of just a magical Namekian who's been a child for a couple of years. I could totally see Dende maybe learning like how to be a Kami, but I don't think he'd be old enough to know all the knowledge that maybe even Nail knows, because Nail's the guardian of Guru, and Guru is super old. So I could see something going on there.
Maybe maybe, because like I remember when they were on Namek, and then they had a bunch of conversations with Dende. Dende knew everything about Namek. Like they asked him about night. He's like, "What's night? We have 3 suns. What do you guys eat? Eat. We don't eat. We only drink water." And then it was like, "Oh yeah, this is Bulma. She's a female. What's a female?" You know, it's like, oh, and then like, he like had all this knowledge about like Guru, the Ojisaw trees and stuff like that. He knew a good deal. Like I feel like he could possibly, if he could possibly know about the demon world if like it was actually a thing, you know, back then.
I mean, he's a learned guy. He's a learned guy, so I could believe that. The thing is, though, it sounds more to me like he just knows a lot about like Namek itself, or the Namek people in recent history. I could see something like that. It could be something as simple as like it's in their archives and he just never reached it. But from what I understand, it sounds to me it's one of those situations where he's just too young to have probably known about it, and that's probably the only reason. But again, like I said, like Nail, he's like older. You know, he's been watching Guru. You know, odds are high Guru's been talking to Nail about stuff from back in the day when he was young. So I could totally see it.
DT Dub says the way Namekians mate is bizarre. But let's go back to this Nail is older thing. Like, all right, so there's like 2 explanations on, because like Piccolo was fully grown as a 3-year-old. So if Nail could potentially be a 3-4-year-old male, you know, but like that could be due to biology, or I saw one explanation on YouTube. Like one guy said, since Piccolo Demon King Piccolo, like when he gave birth to Ma Junior, our Piccolo, he instilled all his knowledge and his power and wisdom into Ma Junior Piccolo. So since he had all of this, it sped up his growth, which is a good explanation, but it's not a canon explanation. It's just his explanation, you know.
Yeah.
So like Nail could be either one or the other. Like he could be a biological fast grower, or he could be like an actual old, like a full-grown 20-year-old male, you know.
I would say Nail's kind of got the discipline that doesn't just come from a couple years of training. Nail's kind of got the discipline of like a guard that's been there for years, just watching every little detail. He was the strongest one. I believe he was the strongest warrior on that planet. I mean, it could be just a fast grower, like you said, but the way it looked, Nail is the main one guarding Guru. They're just warriors in their village. Nail is with the big guy, so I could totally see him being like the oldest, and since he's the strongest, I could totally see that being the reason. We don't know how they trained or anything. It could be the same old way Piccolo does it, but Nail's probably the strongest. Probably been there the longest when it comes to the warrior side.
Yeah, most likely. I could see the logic behind it. Well, if that's the case, I might make a Reddit post about it and ask people, because I want to see what other people's thoughts are. Alright, DT Dub had a question for us. How did Trunks get his sword? Because Tapion's not canon. If I had to guess...
Gohan did it.
Huh?
I thought Gohan gave it to him.
How did Gohan get it?
I don't think they explained that. I just remember him being trained by Gohan, and I think that's where he got the sword from. That's not the sword that he comes from. Not Kami's Lookout. That's not the sword that comes from Old Kai, right? It's just a regular sword. I think he probably got that from Gohan, because he was training with Gohan. Of course, Gohan wasn't using a sword when he fights, but I think that's when that happened, or when he talked about it anyway.
Just off the top of my head, the only thing I could think of is Trunks got his sword from Bulma. Probably Bulma made it.
I mean, yeah.
That's the only thing I could
use
think
every
of.
possible. Use every possible option you can to defeat the androids. I could totally see the sword. The thing is, Gohan trained him. And, just swinging a sword down or doing some horizontal slashes is not what he was doing. He was doing a lot of what I would consider export-like slashes. He had to have learned it from someone. I mean, Bulma could have probably showed him a video or gave him some kind of training partner. But from what it looks like Gohan's the one who's been training him for years. So Gohan's picked up some kind of sword fighting along the way, it sounds like. And I don't even think he's actually been out of Gohan's sight when it comes to fighting. So, because he certainly wouldn't let him fight the androids. So more than likely what happened is Gohan's the reason he has the sword, and it's also the reason why he was trained with the sword.
I think I remember in the History of Trunks movie, when Gohan was alive, there was no sword on either one of them. And then when they did this time gap, the time skip in that movie to Trunks doing the final fight with the androids, he's a little bit older. Now he has the sword all of a sudden. So he has the sword all of a sudden, so I don't think he got it from Gohan.
It could be the rule of cool.
DC Dub says he doesn't remember no sword. You don't remember no sword when Gohan was still alive?
I remember when Trunks was younger, he had a different hairdo, and he didn't have a sword, and he wasn't even wearing his jacket or anything.
Yeah.
But I feel like he trained him ahead of time, and so because again, you don't just pick up a sword and know how to fight with a sword. Like that's not. And Trunks is one of those. He actually has a little more skill with his sword play, so I have reason to believe that he was trained into it. There's not much reason to believe he was not trained at all. Especially because you're not gonna take into a battle something you have no idea how it works. Into a battle that's life and death like that. You're not gonna do that. It just wouldn't make sense.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, don't know where it came from. My best guess is Bulma, to be honest. That's a good question. I'm gonna have to make a YouTube video on this. Let's see. Then Charm City had another question for us. Okay. Based on OG lore, the Namekians are literally demons from another dimension. King Piccolo, originally known as the Demon King, and Namek being teleported here from their native dimension to escape destruction. What are our thoughts on it? Oh shit, we just went over this a little bit. Because like when I was making the new Dragon Ball Sparking Zero custom battle, oh yeah, shout out to that, by the way. Check it out, new video on Rumble and YouTube. Like I was using Piccolo, and his attacks are named after demon, like Demon Wave, Demon Explosion. So it makes sense that he's part of like the Demon Clan or whatever, because all his moves are named after demons.
I always figured you said that because of his father.
That I said that in the video?
No. I always assumed he called it the Demon Wave and all that because of his father. Like, he called himself the Demon King. I could see him saying it for that reason. Of course, again, him learning about Dende learned about the Demoneers. I think he already knew. There's some linking there. Again, like we said, Nail, Demon King Piccolo, Tommy. There's got to be something going on there. I don't know.
Oh, because like
he knew Shin.
Yeah, his attacks are named after demons and stuff. And then there's the fact that what's it called? I know. Yeah, that does kind of, the whole Kami thing kind of throws me off, because Kami is God while Demon King Piccolo is demon. And even Demon King Piccolo's kanji, like the symbol he's got on his little outfit, means demon. So I don't know if that's just supposed to be like, I chalked that up as he was just supposed to be the contrast to Kami's, like God. They're supposed to be opposites.
Yeah.
Not really. They're from the Demon Clan, or yeah, they're demons.
It's not really. I honestly, like I said before, I think it's got something to do with like his father calling himself the Demon King, and in a form of way, even though Piccolo is not what he used to be, it's this idea of he still reverences his father, he still cares about him to some degree, and so that's what he's named it after. Outside of that, I don't know.
Yeah, and then even when he fuses with, once he fuses with Kami, like all his attacks in the video games and even in the show, they're all named after different moves now. They're not Demon Wave, Demon Beam, Demon Blast anymore. It's all like Light Grenade. Maybe Hellzone Grenade at most reference the Demon World. He's got his Special Beam Cannon, like all this stuff. Maybe like these are really bad translations from the Japanese name, because like I don't even know how to say the Japanese word Masaku Kampampo or whatever it's called for Special Beam Cannon.
Why to curse someone out of Japanese?
And then even isn't Masenko like does that really mean like demon something?
I've never looked that up. I just know Gohan uses it.
But he learned that from Piccolo, I believe. Masenko.
Yeah. Demon Flash of Light.
Yeah, Demon's Flash of Light. Yep, Masenko. So a lot of his attacks have something to do with demon stuff, So
yeah,
I could see it's kind of makes sense that he's from the Demon Clan.
Mm-hmm. I think he's the only one that ever says like demon anything though.
Well, because he's the only demon we've had so far besides Dabura. And maybe like any of the Namekians we've seen in the Namek saga, but they were short-lived.
They got washed.
My streaming buddy says I had a coach named Bosenko in high school. He was a jerk. He's probably from the Demon Clan. Dabura shitty ass is DT dub. Yeah, no. If you guys got any other questions for us, Dragon Ball related, we don't have too much more. I don't have too much more to say on the whole demon thing, because we got most of that stuff out of the way when we're talking about the Dragon Ball Daima episode.
I don't think Vegeta would have kept the sword. I don't care if it came from his father. Especially the Vegeta of Saiyan Saga, I don't see it happening.
Yeah, he was. I could see Vegeta being more of a gun guy, not a sword guy.
Mm-hmm.
Like, especially with the on Namek Saga when he shot the Namekian with his fingers.
Mm-hmm.
I think you had maybe another. Oh, you know what? Let's go with. I wanted to talk about the whole. Let me move this over real quick. So who can take on Kefla?
Okay.
From your picture you sent. All right,
well,
chat. So if you guys can see this.
Well, let's identify who all of them are. April is supposed to be Golden Frieza. Now I'm not sure what version of this is, but I think Golden Frieza, if they're talking about Resurrection F, probably would lose to Kefla. But if this is Tournament of Power Golden Frieza, Goku was trying to teach her during that fight how to be like Super Saiyan, and then she became Kefla at some point, and he was like, I gotta go Ultra Instinct on her. So on that idea, I think Frieza still got it, honestly.
Oh, the fucking DT Dub said make it bigger if you can. Pause, and then Charm City said that's what she said. That's funny as fuck. All right. Let's see. You know, DT Dub actually brings up a good point. So that's Ultra Instinct. That's Ultra Instinct Broly in January. Ultra Instinct Goku in February. Super Saiyan Blue Vegeta in March. Golden Frieza. Those four, January through March, instantly claps Kefla for sure. Mm-hmm. I'm a little on the maybe side in April. Ultra Instinct. What's up with everyone being Ultra Instinct? Ultra Instinct Goku Black is May. And I think he can take her. Ultra Instinct Yamcha can take her. I don't know. I think that's Ultra Instinct Vegeta in July.
Oh, hold on. Yamcha?
Yeah, Yamcha, bro.
I guess we conclude the Moro arc. I can maybe see it.
Nah, bro. Maybe. Ultra Instinct is
it's a technique.
A technique form separate of Super Saiyan. Like,
but it's not even power.
Yeah, but Goku's in his base form when he's using Ultra Instinct and he's clapping these people.
But he's a god, you know.
So if Yamcha can use Ultra Instinct, that puts him on the level of God.
But here's the thing, though. God's already in Goku's base state. Ultra Instinct is a technique. I mean, you're talking about like I figured out how to tap into being able to react on instinct. You know, that's a different thing than being I'm a god who's able to react on instinct. You know what I'm saying? That's two different base levels.
But if you have this form, you're like the gods are trying to perfect this. Beerus is trying to perfect this. If Yamcha has this, he's up there.
I guess. I mean, if we're gonna go off this list here, I guess it does work that way. But we both thought that's not true.
I know. He's never gonna get it, but if he has it, I think he's got this in the bag.
We'll see. Okay.
And we're never gonna see it. That's never gonna be canon.
I know. Vegeta with Ultra Instinct. I'm assuming that's let's go with Omen.
Yeah, that's definite dub for Vegeta.
I don't even know why they put Grand Priest in here.
Yeah, Grand Priest is a definite dub. Super Saiyan Blue Bardock, probably not. Nah, because Goku Super Saiyan Blue couldn't handle Kefla.
Yeah, that's probably the original one.
But hang on, in the manga, it was Gohan versus Kefla, wasn't it?
That's what I've been hearing.
Yeah, that's what DT Dub brought up. I think that was canon in the manga. So I think Ultimate Gohan beat Kefla, and like in my head canon, that makes more sense. You know, I feel like, yeah, actually no, because Goku was fatigued though, man. Come on. Yeah. So you think? Yes, I believe Super Saiyan God should have been enough for Kefla. Like, I don't think Super Saiyan Blue. I don't even think Ultra Instinct in the anime should have been enough. What's it called? Other than that, I think, because, damn, I had another point, but I lost it.
I don't think Bardock with Super Saiyan Blue alone would probably be able to do it. I'm just thinking about where his base would probably be at. I still think it'd be weaker than Goku's. I don't even think he trained like that.
Oh, this was my.
I don't think so. I don't think so.
Because like they brought up everyone's like online, and even Toriyama stated himself. The reason it took Goku up to Ultra Instinct to beat Kefla is because he's on 1% basically. But my thing is, Goku was on 1% when he fought against Frieza, and once he turned Super Saiyan, it boosted him up to like back to 100%. So like if he's like on 1% at the beginning of the fight with Kale and Caulifla, once he goes Super Saiyan, shouldn't it boost him up some percentage? Super Saiyan 2, Super Saiyan 3, Super Saiyan God, you know? It should bring him back up like a good amount. Unless someone wants to make the argument, oh, if it's your first initial transformation into those, then it boosts you back up to 100%.
A non-fatigued Super Saiyan Blue versus Kefla. I'm not saying it's impossible. We just know that when we saw him in that state, like he lost, like he had to go into Ultra Instinct to beat her. But then again, he was fatigued. That is true. But
Gohan beat. I think Gohan. Let me look this up. I'll just get my facts straight.
Look that up, JB.
Did Gohan beat Kefla? No, Gohan didn't beat Kefla, but he did stalemate her in the manga. So Ultimate Gohan is enough for Kefla.
Enough to stalemate. And Goku would be stronger than him. Guaranteed. So, yeah, I guess the SSJ Blue would probably be there.
I think even a Super Saiyan God should be enough to beat her.
Yeah. Yeah, that's true.
Like, because, like, I could see, like, the only thing I can think of is, like, let's say Goku and Vegeta, when they fused using Potara, like, Buhan had Ultimate Gohan power, but base form was enough to like base form Vegito was enough to like match and even surpass Buhan. But you can make the argument that Kefla is like Kale and Caulifla are weaker than Goku and Vegeta. So that's why their fusion is weaker than Vegito.
There is one thing we are missing, and although it wasn't in the story, Kefla's never went berserk. You know that, like Kale alone, berserk was a real danger. So like, bring that into Kefla. I'm not really sure where she falls if she was able to be in a berserk state the whole time. I do think she would give Goku a run for his money though in that state, because he wasn't really able to handle her without when she was unfused. So yeah, I could see Goku maybe pushing her out of the stage, but she'd still be probably pissed off. So Zeno would have to get her. You know.
So based off the manga canon, I think Bardock Super Saiyan Blue should be enough to beat Kefla.
Mm-hmm. You got a question, Jiren. I mean, what are we gonna say?
And then that's Ultra Instinct. That's Ultra Instinct Gohan. That's Ultra Instinct Gogeta. Like, I think Cold Sauce was right. Like, everyone here can defeat Kefla.
Like,
See, like, if we're going off
but you know,
who?
You know, except Yamcha. But you know, it's whatever. It's whatever, man.
No, hell no. Ultra Instinct is stronger than Super Saiyan Blue, bro. I think if we're going off anime canon, I don't think Golden Frieza should be enough for Kefla.
I mean, we were talking about Resurrection F. I could maybe see that, but like current Frieza in Blue, I feel like or Tournament of Power Frieza should be relative to Blue. I don't think he would ever stop training just because he got beat. So yeah, I feel like Frieza should be able to do it. Now, how would he do it? That's a good question, but I feel like he should be able to do it.
Okay. DT Dub asks, completely off topic, but why the fuck is Khalifa SSJ1 not in Sparking, but SSJ2 is? You know what? Not a clue. They should add Super Saiyan 1, but the same goes for Vegito in Sparking, because like he only has Super Saiyan 2, and then I think Super Saiyan Blue. Like, they even skipped Super Saiyan God for Gogeta and Vegito.
Well, we never see him in it.
That's true. But I thought we saw Vegito in Super Saiyan 1 during the Buu saga.
Well, we saw that, yeah. Did Gogeta, not Gogeta, did Gotenks have Super Saiyan 3 in Sparking Zero?
I think he does have Super Saiyan 3.
Okay, so it's gonna be like the stuff that we see him in most of the time. So she tapped in Super Saiyan 1, but then like she stayed in Super Saiyan 2. I could see that being a thing. And so they're just kind of going like, oh, well, she's always in the state, so whatever.
Well, Super Saiyan 1 is not for in Sparking Zero for Caulifla, but Super Saiyan 2 is. I don't remember seeing. I can't remember. I like Super. I don't have too much recollection of. Like, I can almost cite word for word Dragon Ball Z, but Super I only seen like one time, and I didn't really go back and watch it again. So I can't remember if Caulifla was in Super Saiyan or Super Saiyan 2 based off my memory. I just know she was in one of them.
I think she would be able to tap into it a lot faster than Kaba would. She's supposed to be the Goku of that world, ain't she? So I think she probably would have done that.
Alright, only 3 will protect you. We got Krillin on the top left. I don't know which version of Cell that is. And there's Gohan.
I'm not even sure if that is Cell.
It looks like
He's got
Cell.
ears too.
Oh yeah, he does have ears. That's weird. But then there's Beerus, there's Whis, Super Saiyan God, Goku, Super Saiyan Blue, Vegeta, Golden Frieza, Piccolo. And honestly, this is an easy one. Beerus, Whis, and either Vegeta or Golden Frieza. Probably Vegeta, to be honest. Just because I don't know where Frieza's head is gonna be at. He might switch teams on me.
I'm gonna be real with you, dude. If I had to have 3 people protect me, it's going to be Whis, Frieza, and Gohan. If you remember, at least in the anime, Gohan and Frieza put up a plan in the middle of a fight. They were just straight up had a plan ready just at Frieza. He's like, I'm gonna trust Frieza this time. I don't know who he's fighting, but I know like he had like this laser beam grid around Gohan versus some other guy. So they thought of a plan right then and there. You're talking about like y'all could pull that off. Imagine if you had prep time. You know, Frieza and Gohan had some prep time. Now, would I more than likely be used as bait at some point? Sure, I can believe that. But at the same time, I know the job is going to be handled. Now, who would I send Gohan after and Frieza after? Well, Gohan and Frieza can deal with Krillin and Piccolo. Let's just assume that Gohan can't kill him for some reason. It's guaranteed Frieza will. Then you got like, is that Janemba?
Nah,
I'm not sure who that is.
Cell of some version of Cell.
Let's say it's Cell. Gohan's killing Cell 100%. That leaves Goku, Vegeta, and Beerus. Whis is taking out Beerus. Listen. Here's the thing. Whis cannot help you at all, on average. But if he has to protect you, think about what that means. He has the ability to protect you. Like, he can lock in. You don't need Beerus, okay? You don't need Beerus. He can lock in. Truth be told, I don't need anyone other than Whis. Everyone else is just extras. But I'd have Whis being the safeguard, and I'd have Frieza the vanguard, I guess. And then like Gohan's like gonna step up behind him. I think they've got that in the bag. I don't need Piccolo. Piccolo could snipe me, that's true. But I got Whis.
Let me
I ain't
get
worried
this
about
straight.
Goku.
Let me get this straight. You're gonna choose base Gohan over Super Saiyan God Goku or Super Saiyan Blue Vegeta or Beerus?
I don't think they're talking about it. Like, I think they just chose like popular images. I don't think this is one of those. It's not like before with the versus Kepler thing. I think this is just like their max power. If we're talking about that, 100%, I'm going with my group. But if we're talking about what we're seeing right now, Whis, Goku, and Beerus pretty much. Nah, I guess that's Vegeta. Nah, I couldn't see it. I couldn't see it.
If we're talking about max potential, then I'm going with Goku in my top. Then Whis, and probably Beerus because his goalpost keeps moving. Like how strong he is. He's probably still stronger than Goku even with UI.
The thing is, though, with Beerus is that remember that he was supposed to kill the Saiyans, and he let Frieza do it. I could totally see him being lazy and not going after him. The thing is, Beerus would have to really be locked in to go do that. Beerus, being told he has to go kill someone, he might take his time. I ain't really that worried about him, and that's why I said if I need someone to deal with it, that's what Whis is for. But the rest of them, I could totally see Frieza gonna get it for Goku or gonna get it for Vegeta and trying to wipe them out pretty fast. I could totally see Gohan thinking of a strategy with Frieza. I could totally see that. I cannot see Goku and Vegeta trying to strategize. I just don't see that happening. And it's just a simple matter of Goku would try to, but Vegeta's like, nah, I ain't doing that. We're doing it my way or whatever. And no one's worried about Krillin or Piccolo. No one's worried about that. Even if their current states.
Alright, what's this last one? Last one, then we're gonna call it. Let's see, which character are you? Oh, that's it.
Which character? Yeah, that's pretty much it. I'm Future Trunks, pretty much.
Oh, you're cooked compared to everybody else. except for
Yeah.
Future
Hey,
Gohan
I'm not.
and
Momo.
Manaka.
Manaka. Mm-mm. You forgetting about April over there. I'm pretty good with
Maybe
that one.
Zamasu, but he's immortal. But you can still win. Yeah, you can still win. You got Rage form. You got Rage Super Saiyan.
Yeah.
And maybe you can defeat Rose with that Rage form.
Yeah. They did beat Fuse the Masus. I can see it. What
Yeah,
you
I got
rocking, Squall?
Gogeta.
What you
I got Super Saiyan Blue Gogeta.
Hey, I see you.
I'm a monster.
So, Cold Sauce got January. So what's he rocking?
He got a Super Saiyan
Bardock.
Bardock. What a Vegeta ass.
And he got Broly in the Kefla one. Could you imagine Broly, Ultra Instinct, and Berserk at the same time? Because both of those are really the same thing. Think about it. A Berserk Broly and an Ultra Instinct Broly. That's crazy. I wouldn't want to. I wouldn't even want to try to think about that. They're both the same thing at the end of the day, anyway.
Yeah, Berserker is like the attack version versus Ultra Instinct is like defensive. Just oh, I see you.
Man, that'd
Why
be a
is
scary
Zamasu
sight.
deformed state considered a form? I did not know it was considered a form. Sparking Zero? Alright guys, well I think we're gonna end it here. Thank everybody for tuning in. I'll wait for DT Tubbs' last little response if that's for Sparking Zero. If it is for Sparking Zero, I'll give a shoot. I'll shoot it a quite answer.
Thanks for coming to the podcast.
Yeah, for real. If I had to guess why it's a form in Sparking Zero, probably because we seen it in the anime, like Seven Ninjas said. Like whatever we see in the show, in the anime is the forms. Like I think Gotenks has only Super Saiyan and Super Saiyan 3, no Super Saiyan 2. Vegito is only Super Saiyan 2, and then like the Super Saiyan Blue, no Super Saiyan 1. And same with Kefla, only a Super Saiyan 2. That's my guess. But yeah. Plug your socials, favorite part of the podcast. Outro question. Let's see. Outro question.
Shoot, I don't know.
I can't think of an outro question.
You know what? I put you ain't gotta explain it, but we'll just go with I said who would you like to see a sideshow on? That's not Goku and Vegeta.
Oh, just one character.
You ain't gotta explain it. You ain't gotta explain it, but just who would you like to see a character? A sideshow on.
Alright. So Linktree/SquallRush. Check it out if you want to see my other platforms. Support your boy on there. I got a buy me a coffee account now, just in case there's no donate button on whatever platform you're watching on. But only if you want to support your boy, but no pressure. Let's see. I got the Dragon Ball Sparking Zero custom battle released video yesterday or 2 days ago. I can't remember anymore. I think it was yesterday. Yeah, so check that out. It's what if Goku was actually a neglectful father. I got a new Dragon Ball Z Sessions video dropping in the next couple days. The topic of that one is was giving Cell the sense of being the right move. So be on the lookout for that one, dropping on YouTube and Rumble. Also check out the homies DT Dub TV in the chat. Check out Josuva and check out Charm City and check out the boy Guzman. Special shout outs. Those are some cool content creators there. Let's see. My favorite part was probably the Dragon Ball Daima rundown, because we kind of debated on how does Piccolo have knowledge on the demon world. So that we got a good debate out of that one. So that was pretty good.
Mm-hmm.
And then who would I like to see the show spin off onto? I'd like to see more of Yamcha. That boy needs some respect. That those memes really killed his character. He needs to redeem himself.
Okay. Ugh. So. All right. So it's your boy 7 You know, check me out on Rumble. Game Jolt MeWe leads back to Rumble, so check me out on Rumble. And favorite part of the podcast, I guess, what really enjoyed the most of was just figuring out if Cell and 16 had souls. You know, it was really. I see it and I kind of don't see it. It's just kind of like because I still feel like that Frieza and Cell thing that Cold Sauce told us was still filler. I feel like it's still true. Got to look it up on my own time, but you know, I enjoyed that part. Outside of that, though, who would I like to see a side character on? Believe it or not, what I really want to see. You know what? I was gonna say Future Trunks when he's in that new timeline, but I kind of want to follow Jocko.
Interesting.
Because we never really see space like that, and odds are high it's not the first time you've seen, you know, Saiyan-like powers.
Yeah, true. We get to see outside of powers.
Would probably be incredibly stupid, but you know, I'd enjoy it.
He's a fighter. He was taking down some of those Frieza Force members.
Mm-hmm.
But alrighty, peeps. Thanks everybody for tuning in. Thank the panel. And we'll catch y'all in the next one. Peace, y'all.
Wrong one.